There was fire, green screens, and a whole lot of bows and arrows whenever Jeremy Renner was filming his Hawkeye CGI scenes in the MCU movies.
Oh, this is why we do what we do.
Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen make a pretty stellar team. Side by side, amid the rubble and the green screen, they support each other filming, which translates perfectly to their relationship on screen. They did get to film in pretty real-feeling and detailed sets, with little CGI added, giving the actors an opportunity to really immerse themselves in the environment. When they both gave it their all and really started showing off their powers, Renner had to furiously whip out those arrows, but in reality, the actor mimed the action, with CGI allowing him to move so quickly. Every single bow pull is real though, and considering the actor performed the action over 100 times a day, the team set him up with a kitted out bow that made it much easier for him to work with.
Gotta help me, Wanda.
While Jeremy Renner is often wielding a bow on screen and on the set, for some sequences, the actors swapped the prop out for a soft, long blue pole, the perfect tool to hold and use to make the special effects team's lives much easier. Luckily, all the quivers in his bag were real, no doubt helping the actor's physicality as he maneuvers all of this equipment. With the blue pole and green screen background, the team was able to capture this feisty tarmac battle. When the two actors got up close and personal, that pole took a rest, so the real bow could take center stage once again.
Depends on how hard you hit me.
One Hawkeye against all those Outriders hardly seems like a fair battle. There was a ton of work done on this particular sequence before filming. Renner had to work with the team to establish very precise choreography and blocking, making sure all the key moments were established so the team could mock up the sequence in pre-visuals. Once Renner was set, these 8-limbed Outriders were tested and created in different animation cycles, allowing them to steal the scene with their leaping and acrobatic running when all the CGI was added. To finish off, each of the creatures got special retouching to make them look just as evil as they do. Renner got to fly solo as he filmed the sequence, which was probably for the best. It looks like he would have needed all his concentration to nail this complex choreo. As cool as it would be if Jeremy Renner really was shooting arrows, capturing it all probably wouldn't work out so well, especially if he was actually standing on top of the city. This major sequence required a full CGI landscape, while Renner was actually performing in the studio with a classic green screen, only to be placed on top of a skyscraper in post. Not a bad deal. Regardless of where he was, Renner totally commands the screen and convinces us he definitely could be flying high. Luckily, he didn't need to worry about falling off a tower though.
I got it.
The Age of Ultron battle. One of the biggest we've seen in the MCU, and does it ever deliver. Jeremy Renner battling alongside his co-stars is chaotic, but luckily, they had everything expertly planned and choreographed. The fact that the attacks on the Avengers were all CGI made it a lot safer for the performers, for sure. With the action of the movie being larger than life, Renner and his crew got to perform inside this giant structure within their green screen studio. As tough as Renner looks punching away, it's a totally different effect without the VFX. Not only did Jeremy Renner learn how to shoot the bow and arrow, he learned to become one with the bow and arrow. The actor really needed to get comfortable using his weapons in all kinds of circumstances, particularly chaotic ones in the Avengers. Without the CGI, this scene was particularly hectic. The green screen soundstage littered with upended cabs and rubble. Battling alongside the one and only Black Widow looks impressive, even without the effects. The Avengers film saw Renner working out ways to transform his bow from a single-use tool to an incredibly useful and powerful weapon. Without any effects, the battle is still chaotic, not to mention all the impressive moves and stunt they performed themselves. The choreography works its magic in this epic fight, while CGI amps it all up with the finishing touches to make this movie look so great. One of the biggest scenes in Marvel movie history gave us some pretty epic establishing shots of the Avengers team. Just seeing the crew ready to face off together is extremely powerful. The CGI added only makes it more impressive. The set was a sight to see in its own right, though. It was set against a green screen, but they still brought the heat with real fire and explosions. Oh, that smoke can't have been fun to deal with. At least they were all outdoors. Let's be real. This team brings it no matter where they're filming or under whatever circumstances.
This is like a comic book fan's dream to see that.
Jeremy Renner really does know his way around a bow. The actor got real comfortable with his custom lightweight bow made to facilitate all these incredible action-packed sequences. The actor really gets to show off his skills, whipping his bow around expertly facing Chadwick Boseman. While there were indeed arrows in his pack, none flew towards the Black Panther actor, and the two found themselves able to really bring the fire in this giant green screen surrounded studio. Both had their work cut out for them, and looking at the final product, it's obvious neither of them gave less than their absolute best. And their best is very good.
I'm Clint. I don't care.
When Hawkeye takes on Iron Man in Captain America: Civil War, he means business.
Hey, Clint.
Hey, man.
With so much action packed into Civil War, each of these pockets were filmed separately, so Hawkeye got to have some one-on-one time with Iron Man himself. Though no arrows were shot on the day, there really was a flaming truck in the background, surely adding to the urgency and chaos of this battle. No surprise, the cars tumbling down weren't there at all, but Renner, being the skilled actor he is, could still make us believe it with his reactions.
Multiple contusions detected.
Yeah, I detected that too.
Hawkeye is quick, but it's hard to be as fast as Pietro whipping onto the scene. Luckily, Jeremy Renner wasn't actually clipped by Aaron Taylor Johnson. Instead, the team records the Pietro actor going full speed, while Renner had to move much slower. Combining frames and adding the effects of Pietro speeding by allowed the team to capture these incredibly smooth-looking moments. Hopefully that snow cushioned Renner's rough landing a bit, because Pietro's sass definitely doesn't help.
You didn't see that coming?
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Nope, it's Jeremy Renner in a wickedly cool plane sitting safely on the ground. Understandably, the actors stay safely in studio when they need to film using massive equipment, like planes, for example. It's incredible how many places these actors go and what they experience in all the confines of their filming studio.
Safe house.
Looking back on Hawkeye's sequences reminds us just how skilled the actor has become with a bow, or a long blue pole that is, depending on the day. Whether he's working solo or part of the larger group, Renner brings it just as much as the CGI team does.